Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Mama McCory. I think I've just seen the weirdest. Well, I won't say the weirdest product. Or maybe it is. Wow. So, mm, yeah. So there's this product, right? So I'm looking. It's, I had two weird ads pop up on one. Not weird. I won't say. They're just different on Instagram as well as when I was watching something on YouTube. I don't. So there's this device, and you guys will see it because I'm saying it, and you guys are connected, and they're listening. Device that you stick in your ear. Apparently, it it provides like a camera view of what's going on in your ear. Like, so you get to see it, and it has, I guess, like a tweezer, like something that you can use to clean at the same time. You got a camera and like tweezer, like cleaner, something to get stuff out of your ear. Now, of course, the commercial shows the nastiest stuff going on in your ear and them cleaning it. Um, Outside of your child sticking something too far in their canal, you can clearly see like something like, oh, broken off into the ear that you go after. I definitely probably, in the comments are saying the same thing. I wouldn't recommend buying something like that because you don't know what you are really cleaning out of your ears, if that makes sense. Because, though some canals may look not so appetizing, things that you may be cleaning or taking out, like maybe my skin or something like that, may be necessary. Can we keep it 100? You know, it may it may be necessary to be in your ear. I know it's weird talk. Monday, good morning, happy Monday. It may be necessary to be in your ear. Like sometimes we think we're fixing something. This may be a word right here. Watch this. Sometimes we think we may be fixing something, but we may be causing more damage. We may be causing more damage because, 'cause you look, like I said, you look at it. One was, I don't know, it looked like a baby ear, pulling something nasty out. Might have stuck it in his ear. Another one was like cleaning some other stuff out. One looked like he was cleaning skin out, and I'm like, you might be pulling out parts of your ear that are naturally intended. Some things are naturally to happen. So because what we deem as clean might might not be the healthiest thing. Because probably in your mouth probably looks crazy. Look at your tongue. Like there's certain things going on that are there for a reason. Like, you know, some things are part of the natural order of things. Like, I know this is kind of like random talk. You guys chime back, chime back. Let me know what you think. Ear, camera, digging out, can see specific stuff and cleaning your ear. But like someone said, like if you're not a ENT, ears, nose, and throat doctor, you have no idea what normality, a normal, healthy ear is supposed to look like. A doctor knows. 'Cause if you go to the doctor for your checkup, they look in your ear. Oh, you straight. You might need to take a Q-tip, clean a little bit of that wax. But they see that nastiness all the time. They're looking like, oh, you have the correct level of nasty going on in your ear for healthy ears. you know, and you start digging things out. The doctor's like, oh, why you missing some stuff? That should be there. But I think about certain things that appear to be helpful, but could they be causing more damage? Um, and we're gonna get into our topic, but I saw that and I started thinking like, because it and don't come for me about this, but you know the pill Beano, take the Beano, the Beano gas, right? You take this pill, it's supposed to do something. I don't know if anybody takes it, educate me on it, but I feel like your body is releasing gas for a reason, right? You ever feel it? Boom, woo, tight, boom, it come out. You're like, relief, right? But if you have something suppressing a natural order of things, what's happening with that? Because we think about like even your car, right? The exhaust, right? They talk about emissions. No one cuts off the exhaust because it's there for a reason. You cut the exhaust off, that air has to go someplace, and the idea that it'll pump into the car, not a good place to be. So I think about the natural order of things that we're always trying to correct and fix. We could be throwing up. What up, Jeff? Thank you for coming through. As we talk about Beano, I'm just saying, like, you ever just think about what happens if you take something that's supposed to stop something else happening in your body? What happens to that thing? Because something has to happen to it. And like I said, the ear thing, you have no idea what your ear supposed to look like. We always dig in there, we pull out the nastiness, and we feel like, oh, look at that nastiness. But these things may be there for a reason. People may be losing their hearing because they don't have the right balance of wax in their ear to protect their ear. You ever thought about that? Like it builds up. you know, what did they do way back in the day? Like before Q-tips. Did people clean their ears? Just a thought. Just a thought. I mean, just thinking about the medical advances that we have with certain things. Now we are living longer than we have, overall, because of medicines. So shout out to them. But like I said, sometimes we're trying to clean or change something that may be messing up the natural order of our life. If you just came in, I'm talking about Beano, and I just saw this thing about this this ear cleaner that comes with a camera, and people are going in their ears and taking stuff out and digging. Of course, on the on the camera, it's talking about it's showing the nastiest thing possible. And some of the comments are like, if you're not an ears, nose, and throat doctor, how do you know what you should be messing with? We have no idea what our ears should be looking like. We have no idea what should be going on in our ears. We only know like if I'm having trouble hearing, if I'm having something going on, I go to a doctor so they can look and they know what's not supposed to be there. So just a thought, not part of our topic, just on my mind. I just wanted to let y'all know, just, when dealing with certain things that you can buy with over the counter, be mindful that you're not a doctor. So, you may be buying something that might jack up something in your life. Just saying. And Beano, if you got no gas, where's the gas going? That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just a thought. Just a thought. Just a thought today. All right. So again, appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome to the Brothers of Legacy. I'm your host, AD Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator. Maybe just me today. I think I'm sure, about 100% sure I sent out the text. May have Brian A. McCrory in the building today. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes down. Again, I appreciate you. Make sure you share. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. We're going to have a great conversation, but just me. We're talking about integrity, friendships, and trusting who they say they are. I'm going to share some stuff today. All right. So again, I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for always coming through, my regular folks. Also, let's see. I haven't mentioned it in a while. Go to if you go to our website and you have school age children, if you have school age children, they can sign up for a free financial literacy course. Free financial literacy course brought to you by Everfi. So connect there. If you're having any problems, just let me know. Email me at brothersoflegacy@gmail, and I'll make sure you get in, as well as, check out some of our old episodes, our podcasts, our video cast and all that, and then some. And again, I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you share. Happy Monday. I'm trying to think if there's something special on this day, but there's nothing that I can think of. I'll be reminded in the comments if I missed anything. All right. And make sure you are part of our text community. Join our text community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. And never miss anything that's happening with the Legacy Walker Network and the Brothers of Legacy. All right. So we're going to have a great week. So make sure you stay tuned, stick around. All right. All that and then some. So we'll be right back as we talk about our topic. Spliggity splow. Why I keep passing that? There we go. We'll be right back. And so this is your time to share. Leave and then come on. Come on back. Come on back. All right.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Boom. Back on the scene. Crispy and clean. Oh, sorry, my bad. Crispy and clean. All right. So today's topic. I didn't save it. Today's topic, we talk about integrity, friendships, and trusting who they say they are. This was inspired by a post I seen a couple of days ago, maybe yesterday. And it's kind of the typical struggling with friendship post and being busy and having time to connect because building relationships takes work. Building relationships take work. We know like I don't even know what's the proper term, like the man woman or communal relationships take work, but friendships take work as well, because you have to, it's the cross between availing yourself, staying in contact, calling people, sometimes just checking in on folks. And I mean, being honestly checking in, and digging in and just trying to be available. Like people put posts up and, hey, we got this going on, or my son, daughter just did such and such, or did something great or grand. And you're celebrating and even going by, giving a present, or doing stuff to really build genuine relationships. And it's when you're younger, that it kind of just happens naturally because, you always no one likes to be alone totally. You're alone a little bit, but no one likes to be alone totally. And so you seek out friends, you seek out people just to kind of hang with, just to bounce ideas off of, feelings, things you're going through, or as much as you're going to share. And I get, it seems like the older you get, the harder it is. And also, like in your social circles, right? A lot of times you're having to maintain a facade. Can we keep it 100? Maintaining a facade about thanks, Jeff. What's going on, and it's not that you gotta maintain a facade like your life is glamorous, but you gotta maintain a facade that, yeah, we good, we got everything in control. Little humps and bumps, things happen. One of them is, sometimes, even with children, until you really have a conversation, you know, like, are their children really together like that? You know, like, are they, straight, because I'm struggling here, like having these ebbs and flows, my children getting older, going through teenagerisms, and you're like, oh, are they rocking this thing out? Then till you get to that under the layer, look under the hood, and they give you an opportunity. They really share, like, man, no, my child snuck out of the house last night. It's the third time, You're like, oh, so I ain't the only one struggling here, and it's wild, like really building relationships, where you're honest about what's happening in your life. When you're honest, not only with yourself, but you're honest with others, about what you're going through or what you're dealing with. And like I said, it can be challenging at times. Let me get Brian A in the building. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. How we doing, everybody?
All is well.
Happy Monday.
Almost
morning
there.
after.
Right.
Sorry, you were in the middle of something. I interrupted.
Yeah. No, you good. You good. But yeah, just talking about, as you get older, maintaining friendships, and a lot of times you build friendships based on the spaces that you're in, either work or church and things of that nature. But then it's that facade that you feel like you have to always, everything's good, And I was just talking about, when we talk about children, you watching, you have your own, and you're looking at others like, man, they seem so together. Like they seem like they just mastering this parenting thing, and then you realize, oh no, my kid snuck out of the house last night. This is the fourth time. like this smile and this us together. This is just us holding it together, like not falling apart. Like we here, thank God, we're all here, and realizing that, we all kind of have our struggles, like no one has this thing perfectly laid out, we have our issues and situations. I think one of the one of the things, is just like, some people just kind of attack it, like, we got some that kind of ignore, like, it's just gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna work out. I don't need to jump on this thing. Then you realize, like, man, I need to jump on this thing before it gets worse. Like, and there's those schools of thought. Let's see, Dr. Allen says, once I get to talking to other parents, they're like, thank you for normalizing parenting for me. Right. I'm not the only one. Right. I remember there was a moment, like, my son had struggling in school, just going, and I remember talking to Doc. I was like, Dr. Brown's like, and I was looking at his son, like, yo, when does it click? When does it get better? And she side-eyed me like I was like,
waiting.
Not yet. Not yet. Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, the thing is,
and
did it click with you?
Huh? Go ahead.
Has it clicked with you?
Has it clicked with me? What you mean, as far as like?
I mean, I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. It's like it's like a different season. Like you may get a week, like, okay, boom, we flowing, we got this. Then you discover something else, like, no, we don't. I thought we was good. I thought we was past this. No, because that some stuff happened last night. I'm like, son, we're not past this stage. I thought we was. No. All right, son. All right. just stay vigilant. Like I was so upset. I don't want to get into it. I was just, you just tell Lexi, you're gonna be without a brother soon. Just know that.
You must have been a really, really good boy.
Who, me? No, I was not. Well, I was different, as far as, like, I was mischievous in the house. I never brought issues to the house. Like, I never did street stuff, if that makes sense. Like hanging out real late. Like there was a stealing period that I was more accomplished to, not actually doing, if that makes sense. I could have got caught up in, it wasn't like big. It was stealing tape from a record store, Tower Records. Shout out to Tower Records. I know they're going now, but yeah, we a thing like that. But I never brought like drama to the house. Like I've had kids like, hey, you need to rebel. We need to hang out. It's like, nah, I'm good. I got what I like. What I got at home. I don't want to mess that up. I get most of what I want. Like I just got a few obligations. Like because I was almost like an only child, so they never really had to worry a lot about what I did. Now I've done some dumb stuff. I've taken things and stuck it in the plug. I set a fire, but I didn't. They never found out about it. Rest in peace. They never known. They never knew I did. It was in the bathroom. Toilet paper, fire. If you know how fast toilet paper catches on fire. Oh yeah, that was my last mess with fire. But yeah, like mine was only school. Like 99% of my punishments were because of school. 99% of me in the belt was because of school. Kind of like my son, because of school. But he's done a little extra. He stepped up a little bit, but yeah. It's about the same, and I know that. I know what you're saying, Pastor. I know, but it's still. I'm trying to do something different. like, I'm a little more engaged than my parents were. I'm way more active,
which
because they were
means
older.
you've improved things, right?
Right?
Because when you say fire, your parents probably shouted the devil, right?
Right.
It's relative because you're.
Oh, you paused. He's in thought, thinking. There you go. You came back.
You back? Okay, I'm back.
It's relative because
it's because you're looking at it through the lens of a child, and you don't really understand the experience of your parent. Right. That's what I learned about myself. Every time I see my children act, I'm like, oh Lord, I wonder what this looked like to my mom.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
It helped me give them grace because, I can say, oh man, I did this, but I didn't do that. Right. But my mom was like, I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about what you just did.
Right.
Like, do you understand how crazy you look right now? So it's kind of like that, and I think that what I tell my children, what I've learned to say to my children is, I'm not perfect.
Right.
I don't have all the answers.
Right.
On my best day, you can find an imperfection.
Right.
Yeah. And I think my children are crazy. I think they will go further than I went successfully, but I think they have been crazier than I was as young people.
Right.
Because they have more information. They're more dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
But it's all relative. I think that when you talk about not going out and not hanging out late and all that, you probably had a fear that others didn't have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it takes courage. And so that's how I look at it, man.
Yeah.
But what I find myself doing more and more and more is reminding people. The best way that I can put it, who said this? Dante Whitfield. What's that guy who's married to Sally Richardson? He's not a well-known actor, but he was acting back in the 80s and stuff. But he said something.
Natural ability to throw the smoke screen.
He said he started talking about the imperfection of man. Right, there are no perfect people.
Right.
He was emphasizing fathers, but the reality is there are no perfect people.
Right.
And except Jesus.
Right.
And he said that Michael Jordan is right now currently going down in history as the best person to ever play the game of basketball, but he missed shots.
Yeah.
On his best day, he wasn't perfect.
Right.
And so for us, I think. For me, it's just trying to improve the next generation.
Hey, good morning, Pastor Long.
Good morning, Anthony. Hey, bless you, sir. Yeah, Dondre Whitfield, that's him. I love his analogy when he talked about the topic of perfection, and he was basically saying that none of us are perfect, but we have these expectations of one another.
Right.
You
Ooh,
know,
right.
and our expectations, we have the possibilities of perfection, and we make that the standard when we're looking at other people, but we forget that
Right.
no one is perfect. On your best day, you're imperfect.
Right.
And so when we deal with our children, the next generation, we have to recognize, as imperfect as I am, I'm an
Mhm.
imperfect person trying to groom a child,
Right.
rear a child.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know him.
Be
Okay.
careful
I
with the
feel
word groom, because some people take that the wrong way.
that. Grooming the next generation.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's why I love the scripture that says, train up a child in the way that they should
It
go.
should go. Right.
You
100%.
know,
100%.
I think we misunderstand that the concept of when they're old, they won't depart from it.
Right. Right. Um, my wife, let me just make sure I address that shit. My baby's working now, give him great. I do. Like my 20 upset. Oh, I drop it back down. Like, I never try to let there be an environment of aggravation, if that makes sense. Like I never, like I'm just totally aggravated the whole time. Like I always mess with them, I joke with them. Like I bring it back down. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there's an incident. It's a moment. I try not to make it who he is. Like I try my best to, we cool in a sense.
It's human to want them to just follow your instructions,
Do
right?
what I say.
We want them so much to just follow the instructions. I
Oh,
love you. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made.
right, right,
And
right.
then when things get beyond your control,
Yeah, yeah.
it's emotional.
100%.
As
100%.
parents, we feel like we have let something down, or we have failed
Right.
in some way,
Right.
that our children
Yes.
are acting like that. And
Indeed.
that's where I have to remind myself of what I may have looked like at
Right.
13, at 14,
Right, right. Yeah.
listening to my mother.
Right.
So I do believe in that grace. That the challenge is our limitations, our barriers, our boundaries for our children
Right, right.
are so much closer than theirs are for themselves.
Right,
Right?
right, right. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
believe they should be able to do what we say is absolutely against the law.
Right. Right. So that's a great point there. You trying to make it who he is. Definitely. Like
Right. The difference between an act and a lifestyle.
right.
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 If I got sentenced for just one of the things I did at 23, you all wouldn't know me today.
Right.
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 If I got stuck and judged based on that one incident,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know me today. So
Definitely.
yeah, let's give grace to our young people.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we're talking about today integrity, friendships, and trusting who they say they are. And we talk about coming together, friendships, and unity a lot. I brought this up over a post I was reading. Some of the struggles of friendships, and they were mentioning how I'm in different circles and I have like online friends, but they don't feel genuine because they're online, and I talk about, building friendships like between work and church and any social networks that you're part of. And I think how about breaking down the facades that we build up when we're part of networks, because if I'm coming into a network, at least business wise, I got to look like I got it together, all the time. Like I can't show fractures, because I'm trying to build relationships that may be business, that if they see a fracture, they may not trust me. I think even in the religious, social circles, it's like I kind of got to show it I'm together. Will somebody want me to pray for them? They know that I'm vulnerable as well if I show my true self or true face. He said, right, because online you can be anybody you want to be. True, 100% on that, 100%. But he said I'm real life people. Yeah, but I guess in real life people pretend too. Yeah, and I think that's a big one. Like, and I guess there's a healthy boundary, of showing the cracks in your life, or how bad things may be, and how do you have these conversations, or how do you be vulnerable? Because you talk about even in church, if I have a position, because I think it's even harder when you have a position. Like, you always talk about it too. as a pastor, but lower levels, even like the elders or as a minister, and how can I can I expose myself, in even in helping somebody, not, and I'm not talking about like I was a crackhead 15 years ago. Listen, like I remember at a church, one of the ministers who was delivered from from crack, would tell me like, man, I'm in certain areas I literally can smell it. Like the struggle is still there. Like they open and honest, and like it's there. Like if I don't make the right moves, I will be back in the same space. Like if I don't stay, like you said, stay on the wall, I'll be back in the same space. He said, I don't fault people for cracks. That's humanity. We all have them. It's the facades that we're me out. Right. I think I would too, like rather you keep it real and I know who you are, than I think you're someone that you're really not. He said, what's interesting is we spend most of our lives hiding our imperfections, but have you ever noticed that when people show their shortcomings, you feel closer to them? Interesting.
Well, because you feel like they're being authentic.
Yeah.
With you.
Right.
I'm an oversharer.
Right.
I give too much,
Yeah.
but I don't, I stopped caring what people think. Not in the sense that people don't matter, people's opinions don't matter, but in the sense that I won't allow my own internal value to be based on someone else's interpretation of me. Right. I think that there's pros and cons, because authenticity oftentimes these days gets met with ridicule. Right. Which is why people hide. People hide because they don't want to be talked about. We can be pretty harsh, pretty cruel to one another. And that, where do the facades come from? Because people are afraid to be honest. Why are they afraid to be honest? Because people are cruel. I think that, having that open arm, those open arms and that welcoming spirit and understanding is what will help people enhance authenticity between individuals. We have to not judge so much. You got to be very, very careful what you post online. People will rip you apart. We talk about putting up these facades online. You want to know why people are so careful online? Because they will rip you apart online. That's why.
If you try to be honest, right?
Yeah, it just comes with the territory. And so I'd rather not get caught up or get wrapped up in someone's level of authenticity.
Okay.
Because it makes, I have to go back and reevaluate what their position is in my life. Remember, we talked about the 3 C's. If you're a comrade, I'm not going to expect the same level of authenticity from a comrade that I expect from like a confidant. Right.
So Jeff says, it also helps you realize you're okay because we relate easier to real talk, right?
For some.
He said people can be cruel. Yeah, that's not
right. It's not an absolutely. It's both sides, but some people, you know how it is, perspective, Samantha. Some people are more focused on the hope for understanding. Other people's are more focused on the fear of a lack of understanding.
Right.
It's all about perspective, cup half full versus cup half empty.
Right. Jeff says when somebody is showcasing their highlights, most of us can't actually relate. Like, when they're showing all the wins, winning, I'm in here.
But you know what, though? People, what's funny is there's 2 sides to every conversation, right?
Okay.
I'm going to show you all my wins because, oh my God, I got so many losses.
Right.
You can't keep up with my losses, so let me at least post this win.
Right. No, I mean, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
And we look at it like, a little bit of something about them. I'll look at them out there. They stay in trouble. Oh, wait, you know what? They finally got a win.
Right.
And they want to share it.
Yeah.
You act like everybody. You act like you got it all together. I know you missed your, but this is what you want to post.
Right. Got to show them my win.
I've already been talked about. I finally have something positive that you all would consider positive. So I want to say it. Hey, y'all, I got an A on my test.
Right.
I know I got F's in every other class, but this one I got an A.
Hey, right. Listen, got to celebrate those.
Y'all sitting back in the cut. You know you failing. Posting that one little A out there like he doing something. That's what we do.
Yeah, you're right. But if you know their life or something, like, oh, that's good. Where the rest of your family at, though?
Right. Oh, you showing your daughter, but you got 5 children. We do it. You laughing because you know we do
No,
it.
you're right.
You know we do it.
Where the other kids at?
Man, when
Oh,
the number of posts that I have deleted without having ever posted, I just stopped getting online. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna be online. I'm just not. It's just not even worth it.
You overthinking though. Somebody just, I don't care. Whatever. I'm gonna show my 1. I know I got 8.
Yeah.
Like, my 1 is killing the game.
That's why you can't worry about the crowd. Just do you, boo boo.
I got the other 7. We're gonna work on them. They're going to rehab.
Yeah.
we gonna
But here's the other thing. You know, some people have to walk in the positive because they cannot afford to wallow in the negative.
100%. 100%.
Right.
I do agree.
So I'm gonna keep it positive no matter what. You know, I'm winning.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm winning. Right?
Going all the way.
Night, but I'm winning.
Winning. All the way.
Right? People like, look, I knew the Dallas Cowboy. You did? Yeah, I did too. But guess what? We won one more game this year than we did last year.
Right.
Right?
Celebrating.
I'm celebrating.
Oh man, he said, right. He said one little A out there looking like he doing something. One little A. Show your GPA though. Show the GPA.
Yeah.
He's mad. I mean, I feel you on that, Pass. You're right. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna high five when I already know, like, I got you. You're gonna show you win. I get it. Because no one wants to, even when life is spiraling, no one wants to really show all of that. Like, I can't. I don't want. And then, because Facebook will remind you, like, hey, remember last year you were spiraling down. Where you at now? Oh, I'm still spiraling. A reminder, like, oh, I've been in this a year.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what spawned, like we talked about before, I call it the bipolar post. Wake up in the morning, God, it's good. Change is happening. This is my new season. By midday, I can't stand this, folks. This world is crumbling. My baby mama. By the end of the night, the Lord is good. He's my shepherd. I shall not want.
Right.
Lie down. I'm lying down in green pastures, y'all.
I'm telling you, some people are only as good as the last song on the radio.
Right. That's good.
Last article they read, the last movie they watched,
Yeah.
So.
Right. It's right. There you go. It's good to show the goodness of God in our lives. I guess even if you got to post, listen, everything ain't right, but God is good. God is good. But yeah, so today we're talking about integrity, friendships, and trusting who they say they are. But yeah, I think that idea of vulnerability and being able to be authentic is critical to really building a relationship, or at least a strong relationship. And to your point about the confidant, the comrades, the constituents, I feel like you can jump spaces, because I don't know if you ever been around someone that just like they seem far off, and then one day you sit down with them like 10 minutes longer than you normally sit with them, and they begin to pour out. Like, whoa, you got a lot going on, brother. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I come in here smiling, but I got a lot going on. Like, I got a lot. This broken down car is just like this compared to all the stuff that's happening in my life.
Yeah. And to that individual, you feel like you've graduated to a level, another level of authenticity from that individual, from that person.
Right.
And so you're like, wow, you know what? I really just didn't know him.
Right. Yeah. Sam said, I don't know. I'm playing the match game these days. Flip it over. Ew, she stink. No match. Flip it over. And on to the next. No longer getting hung up on the stay ones. I can't. Sam, log off. Log off. But yeah, definitely. I think I think we always need someone, to that we can really be authentic to. Like you need someone that you can lay out your cards to, be able to open up to. It really makes a difference, and a lot of times, especially the older you get, you realize there aren't many situations that you're dealing with that no one else has gone through in some capacity, some level, some way. Like it's not been that hard, but I've had situations like it, or I know somebody, like I could share you a story like, that might make you feel better, But yeah, I think, being able to share and being able to open up in a lot of different spaces, because I know work sometimes you might be very protective, because it's like, I don't want to share my financial woes, and now my drawer is short. But he did say he's $10,000 in the hole just yesterday, and now a couple of thousand is missing. Whatever that's the truth. He said, whatever, that's the truth. Sometimes we get hung up on the ones that aren't for us so long we miss the next one that would have been a better match. I mean, I get what you're saying. Sometimes some relationships may not be the best for you. Some connections may not be the strongest. I mean, we always talk about not really doing the cutoff, but you limiting, the exposure. Like, either it's not healthy, or it's just like you ever had folks that call you like, oh man, every time they call, I'm in a 10, but when they call, they just take away my energy. It's just, they get on the phone. Hi. Like, hey buddy, how you doing? Like, how's life? Oh, I'm in this struggle again. Baby mama just called, car broke down. I think I'm about to get fired. Like, what name me a win in your life. Give me one win. Give me one win. I woke up this morning. Well, there you go. Like, there you go. Thank God. But you ever had those, like, just whew, all right. People, either they're relatives or they just close, and you just like, he's just nothing right, nothing ever right, nothing. Like, nothing going good, nothing. And then of course there are those that you just like, you realize every time you get a job, you always got something to say back to the boss. Just do what he said. He didn't tell you to pick cotton. He just said, I know that wasn't your job. He just told you, hey, can you sweep out the front for me real quick? Like, I know, but just, he didn't slap you. Did he call you the N-word? Did he, and yeah, so I think those are rough. Those are rough relationships when, that your, lack of a better word, your energies aren't matching. Like, they always just, you're so down. Like, you see him calling, like, I'm at a 6. He gonna bring me to a 2. Like, he gonna make me not want to do anything today. He said, oh yeah, this. He said, all the folks that are always trying to outdo you, you get a raise. They made them VP, right? You lost 5 pounds. They lost 50. He said, yeah, those David Downers, right? I can't. I got you.
When I find myself in trouble, it's because like when I'm dealing with someone that may have a negative spirit.
Right.
I get in trouble when I haven't prayed.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's why prayer is so important to me, because you have to be built up so that people can't bring you down.
Right.
And if you haven't built anything up, any prayer equity, true, it's easy for people to pull on you and bring you down. And that's where I find myself in trouble. I realize when I'm starting to drift, oh, help me, and not every time I can catch it.
Right.
Sometimes I'm going to say something out of my mouth and I should have prayed first. Right. You caught me on that one, or I entertain it.
Yeah.
Because my guards are down.
Because I've done that.
And then you hang up and you're like, I knew I shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Certain calls, because of where you are, you just can't take at that moment.
Right.
I've had calls, I'm like, I'll call you back.
Right.
Now, for everybody that gets that message from me, they could be thinking.
Go on, share. Keep sharing, Pastor.
Yeah. But I'm saying for whatever reason, you're unable to talk at that moment.
Right.
You come back to it later.
Yeah.
Right. Or sometimes it's, when I hear someone, I'm asking the Lord, how do I respond to this?
Right. Right.
What is my position here? What's my move,
Right.
Lord?
Right.
Am I just, you have to, because sometimes you're just there to be an ear,
Right.
and they're not intending to pull you down, but they have to get it off of them.
Right. I mean, and that's different. I get it. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, man.
Some folks have to get it off of them more often than others. Right.
Right.
And sometimes you find out, oh, I'm the go-to person. I'm your go-to to dump it off.
To dump it off.
Because in your mind, you're not hurting me by dumping on me.
Right.
Because you see me as a pillar of strength.
Right. Right.
So I have to be that for certain people.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
but I have to make sure that I'm built up in order to do that.
Right.
So that they can keep coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I disappear,
right, they don't have anybody. Right. That's true. That's true. I think that's a big one. That the whole being prepared and praying.
Yeah.
Because then you find yourself, I'm feeling bad too. Like, yeah, I agree.
Sometimes that helps. You are.
Right.
I don't never hear you say stuff like that.
Right.
I don't go through, man.
Right.
You think I don't go through, sis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just went. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they're strong enough and intelligent enough and wise enough to recognize, oh, wow, I'm not by myself, as opposed to, guess I won't come to you anymore.
You got a bad life too.
You can't help me.
He said, okay, so Jeff said, yep, sometimes a certain guy called me and I look at the call and I say out loud, I don't want to talk to Jeremy right now. He said, but in the morning,
Jeremy, if you're listening, if you're watching,
you wonder why you don't get through to Jeff sometimes. That's why. He said, but in the morning I call. He said, oh Lord, Sam said, dump somewhere else. I can't always be a dumping ground for all your bad decisions.
Oh yeah, well that's different. I mean, you're talking about somebody that continues to mess up and they don't take good advice.
Right.
They keep coming to you. Yeah, that's a whole nother. See, that there's a term for that. That's called trifling. There's a place for those.
It's trifling.
Yeah. You rebuke that spirit.
Right. Yeah, definitely. If you're trying to like, hey, but then I say to no, you didn't want to do that. Why are we back here?
We did have this conversation.
Right? we talked about this,
right? Because if I recall, I did
right. There you go. If I recall. No, listen. He said, Pastor, I was thinking the same thing. He does listen once. That's hilarious. Hey, if you're gonna find out kind of anonymously. I didn't really say that. But I know today, right? I know. I know today.
Look, names and faces have been changed to protect the innocent.
Right. Oh man. So listen, guys, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. This one quick. We appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us today. Let's. I feel like I need to share something, but I don't know. My brain went blank. I'll think about it tomorrow and share it then. So make sure you guys are sharing, are staying connected with us. Make sure you join our community. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Let everybody know about the YouTube channel. Make sure they are subscribing. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do it. Not you. Not you, Jeremy. The other Jeremy. There we go. Not you, Jeremy. Not you. Not you. I know. Look, not you. It's the other one. Don't worry. You're good. So make sure you are subscribing, staying connected, and letting everybody know that the brothers are on. I think that's it. All hearts and minds are clear. Pastor, anything before we go?
Go Cowboys next year.
There you go. Oh, you're just happy to see me on Monday. I know, Mama. I know. We just had, try to do something different. Just didn't pan out. He said he's a sensitive, and this girl sensitive.
You better leave Jeremy alone.
Yes, leave Jeremy alone. All right, guys. Be blessed. Keep pushing. Keep growing. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you more. 988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, 988. All right. So take care. We will see you in the AM. Peace out.